What's going on, guys? It's good to see you again. I've been gone for a while again. It is what it is, but we're playing Marvel Snap. I've been playing a lot of Marvel Snap lately. Honestly, it's the only game I really play anymore. I'm just super busy, and you all know I love my card games, and Marvel Snap gives you nice quick games. If you haven't been playing it, I recommend you pick it up if you enjoy card games. But basically, this video and a few videos coming out soon, they're all just going to revolve around, if you're new to Marvel Snap, what are some of the better decks that you can play? What are things you should be thinking about? That's kind of what I want to go into here. I've been playing it, like I said, for a while now, pretty much since I was first able to get my hands on it. I played in the first few seasons. I had a bit of a break because I got too busy. I've been playing for the past 2 seasons and hit infinite rank both seasons there. It's super fun, and a couple of my friends have started playing it. They're getting into it, and they're struggling to sort of build decks and kind of figure out synergies and stuff like that. And that's kind of what inspired me to make this sort of style of video where we discuss, well, what are some of the better decks when you first start out. So if you don't know, with Marvel Snap, if you're brand new to the game, they've separated the card pools to help new players understand different mechanics and themes. So when you first get into the game, you're restricted to only a certain amount of cards, and once you get to a certain collector level, I think it's like 251 or somewhere around that mark, you'll unlock the second pool, and then past that you'll unlock pool 3, 4, and 5. But it's just a way to help keep it from being too complicated, and while you're in those pools, you're only going to be versing people online who are in the same collector's level range as you. So you're not, as a pool 1 player, you're not going to be coming up against these crazy pool 3 meta decks. You're going to be playing against other people in pool 1 as well, and it just depends what cards each of you have pulled from that pool. So to start things off, the first deck I wanted to cover for this sort of series is probably the one that you're going to find the easiest to get the cards that you want for, since a lot of them you're going to get right out of the gate as a new player from the starting cards and from the recruit cards, with only a few of them being restricted to specifically pool 1. And that deck's the On Reveal deck that you can see just here on screen, and really it revolves all around Odin. Odin is the game playmaker for this deck. On Reveal, he's going to activate the On Reveal abilities of all your other cards that are at the location as well. That means you're going to get your On Reveals off twice. So key cards like Ironheart, which is giving 3 other friendly cards plus 2 power, and very much so White Tiger, that's adding a 7 power target to another location. Being able to get those 2 abilities off twice, that's going to win you games. But we've got other cards here that we can also synergize, remembering that a location can only have 4 cards in it, so we're trying to only really copy 3 different abilities. So we're just going to go up the list. Cards like Elektra, that's going to destroy a random 1-cost card. Rocket Raccoon, that if your opponent played a card here, he's going to get plus 2 power. Medusa in the middle location is getting plus 3 power. Remembering that Odin's going to be able to copy any of those, so if you're versing a Zoo deck that we'll cover in a future video, Elektra might come in clutch to be able to pop 2 1-costs. If you can predict pretty well, Rocket Raccoon could get plus 4 power, making it a 6 power 1-cost. And of course Medusa, who recently got the buff to get plus 3 power, I think before it was only plus 2 power, so you can get Medusa up to 8 power. If you're playing Odin in the middle location, maybe you're getting Medusa, Ironheart, and White Tiger all in the middle. Being able to duplicate all of those, you're going to have a pretty strong middle lane while still being able to contest the other lanes with cards like White Tiger and Ironheart. Wolfsbane's another great card, getting plus 2 power for each card you have here. Now, maybe you're playing Wolfsbane on turn 3. You've only got 1 other card there. It doesn't really matter, because when Odin comes out, and if you get 4, Wolfsbane going to be able to copy all that as well. So, you know, you can get Wolfsbane up pretty big. Jessica Jones, if you don't play a card here next turn, plus 4 power. Now, that's so-so. We don't really want to copy Jessica Jones, but Jessica Jones is a great way to contest a location you don't care about. Maybe you are going all middle, Medusa, Ironheart. Then on turn 4, you just play Jessica Jones in whatever location, we don't care, because turn 5, we're going White Tiger, turn 6, Odin. Enchantress is going to be good if you're versing a lot of ongoing decks with Spectrum, being able to remove all ongoing cards at a certain location. It's another one like Jessica Jones. Our turn 4 isn't really ones that we're looking to copy, but being able to remove those cards, they're going to be really good. Spectrum is going to be another popular one because, like Odin on reveal, Spectrum's another one that's pretty easy to get your hands on the cards. We've already covered White Tiger. We've got Spider-Woman here, which is afflicting all enemy cards of 1 power that are in that location. So if you can't get your hands on White Tiger for turn 5, it's another great way to just contest a lane. Being 8 power herself and potentially negging 4 power on a certain lane, you could just win off of a Spider-Woman on her own. The only other cards we haven't looked at is Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is just a really good pull 1 card. Helps you contest those difficult to reach locations like Death's Domain and Inner Sanctum. So being able to move him into those, you already have White Tiger to contest those locations, but just in case you don't see White Tiger, or maybe you need a little bit more power in there, having an extra 2 power in those locations could win you those games. And Mr. Sinister adds a Sinister clone to the location with the same power. So you're getting 4 power in a location across 2 cards. Good synergy with Ironheart, because if you're going 1, 2, 3, like Nightcrawler into a Mr. Sinister, Ironheart's going to get full value. Mr. Sinister is another one that we're not really looking to copy the ability of, otherwise we're just going to fill a lane with a bunch of 2-cost cards. But it's just nice to have for that synergy with Ironheart. Now, a few things that we want to look out for while we're playing, certain locations that are going to affect the on reveal abilities. There is a location that specifically does that. We've got Deep Space that's going to prevent you from actually getting any abilities off, including the movement, which is pretty painful. Deep Space card text is disabled altogether. And then the other location that we have to look out for that specifically says on reveal locations don't work is Nowhere. On reveal effects don't happen in Nowhere. It's a complete counter, so we want to avoid playing in that location. But those 2 locations specifically, they're painful. However, there is a location that does completely benefit us, and that's Karmatage, which allows on reveal effects to happen twice. So along with Odin getting to go off twice is going to activate all the on reveals in that location 2 more times after already activating them 2 times. So we're getting 4 off. It's pretty much insta win if you see Karmatage, unless, and this is why I was scrolling down before, one of the biggest counters to this deck that you might see dropped on a Karmatage. Where is he? Cosmo. On reveals abilities won't happen at this location. If you don't see a Cosmo on Karmatage, you can pretty much snap. But you got to be careful, because as soon as this comes out, if you're going all in on Karmatage and they drop it on like turn 4 or something after you've snapped, you got to rethink the entire plan and move to a different location for your unreveals. Could be pretty painful. Now, some of these cards that are in this deck you might not have coming out of the gate, but don't worry, I've got you covered, because there are some alternatives to the deck that we can have a look at. Ant-Man is always just a solid pull 1 card. If you have 3 other cards plus 3 power, you're almost always going to be able to fill up a lane with Ant-Man, whether you put it on the on-reveal lane that you're building towards, or you just get White Tigers going all over the place. A good alternative to Mr. Sinister is Angela. I'm a big fan of Angela. And Angela with Nightcrawler is a really good combo, because you can put Nightcrawler on Angela, get the plus 2 power, and then move him away so you can put more cards on her. Again, just a very solid pull 1 card, and she's pretty much good all throughout the game. You're going to see her all the time. She's a very good synergistic card. Scarlet Witch is a nice one. Unfortunately, though, Scarlet Witch isn't going to be able to get rid of those annoying locations that we discussed earlier, but she's a solid location changer. The only other one that really contests her and is debatably better is Storm, but you won't see Storm for a while, so Scarlet Witch is your go-to if you have locations that you're not a big fan of. Maybe Negative Zone or something like that you want to get rid of. Scarlet Witch can switch it. You just have to be careful. Sometimes she can switch it to more problematic locations. Obviously, Sentinel, while you're still starting out, Sentinel, it's not one that you want to copy the on-reveal ability of, but it just gives you cards to play. So if you don't have all the cards for the deck yet and you need something, it's just a good alternative when you're first starting out, but you do want to switch it. As for 4 costs, White Queen's a decent one, especially if you're you don't see Odin, maybe you want something else that can get you a win condition on turn 6, White Queen can get you there, being able to copy your opponent's one. And obviously for the 5 costs, White Tiger you should be able to get pretty easy. I'm pretty sure you get White Tiger in like the first 14 collector levels. But Gamora, if your opponent played a card here plus 5 power, Gamora is a good alternative to Spider-Woman. And again, you can copy Gamora, so you can really lock down a lane with Gamora on her own. So those are good alternatives. As you progress and you get into the other pools, there are a few other cards that you can look at. Now, I forgot to add this before, but talking about Storm. Storm is pretty solid for this strategy because what Storm does is creates the flooding location. So it makes, once you've played Storm, one more card to actually play cards there, and then it completely locks out the location. I'm trying to get to it, but my clicks are not on point. There we go. So once it's flooded, cards can't be played there, but that doesn't mean cards can't be added there. So White Tiger can still go into the flooded location. Iceman, who it gives a random card in your enemy's hand plus 1 cost. Korg, which is going to shuffle a rock into your opponent's deck. Mystique, if the last card you played has an ongoing, copy its text. And what we want to combo Mystique with is Wong, so your on-reveal abilities happen twice. So between the two of them, you're going to get 4 on-reveal abilities by going Wong into Mystique. Absorbing Man, if the last card you played has an on-reveal, copy its text, so it's a pretty good 4 cost. As you saw before, we didn't really have a good 4 cost, but maybe we can go Ironheart, and then Absorbing Man to copy Ironheart. You kind of see the combo there. And then a nice 5 cost is Arrow, which moves the last enemy card played to this location, so you're going to be able to force cards around. That becomes a bit more important later on when you're versing destroy decks and stuff. But these are just cards to think about when you start going up to collector's level. Maybe you can start putting them in and taking out some of the other cards. We don't need to worry about them right now. I just wanted to include that in here so that maybe as you're going up, you go, oh, what were those cards that I should think about? You can come back to this video when it's there. But this is what we're going to be looking at for today. This is what we want to build towards while we're in pool 1. And I'm just going to jump into, I'm in infinite rank right now. I am just going to jump into some games playing this deck. I'm going to play maybe 3 games. We're just going to see how it goes. This is in my pool, so pool 3, so it might get a bit sussy out here, but we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to play this pool 1 deck live for you, and just we'll see what happens. Might try to get a few cubes, might lose a few cubes, but it's all fine. Okay, so no cards are revealed this turn, so that's fine. We might just drop an Electra here, and hopefully they reveal first next turn. It's kind of stinky to do it, but we might as well. Okay, so they're not playing anything. Now, if you don't know how to tell who's revealing first, it's whoever's name is highlighted. So they are going to be revealing first, but I don't think they're going to be playing anything there. So we might play Rocket Raccoon in there as well, kind of double down. Because they're not going to play middle location. They might play on the right. But just in case they do play in Lemuria for like a turn 2, we'll drop it there. They are playing in the... Yep, with a Kitty Pryde. Unfortunate, if they did play it there, we would have taken out that Kitty Pryde. It would have been nice. Oh, and Bar Sinister. These locations are stinky. We're going to play Wolfsbane here and just really double down on this lane. We do have Odin now. We are just going to Medusa and Oscorp Tower once we can, but... Oh, we see the Cyclops and the Wasp. Wasp's hitting us kind of hard there. Okay, we do have a Jessica Jones. We could play Jessica Jones over here. Doesn't really give us a good turn 5 with Odin. We'll see what we draw. If we get like Ironheart on the next draw, then I think we're gaming. This also keeps us safe from Cheng-Shi. Abomination. They're going hard into that lane. I'm considering ignoring this. Yeah, this is exactly what we wanted. Ironheart into Medusa right now, and then Odining. I have a we probably still lose, I'm pretty sure, if they drop Hulk. Hulk's probably at like 22, so I'm pretty sure this is a loss. I don't think... If they don't have Hulk, then I think we're gaming. Yeah, they're going split, so I think we... No... We'll see. Hazmat. Oh, and there's the Shang-Chi. That's what I wanted to avoid, but the Ironheart hit the Jessica Jones. Nice. That's unfortunate with the Shang-Chi. Alright, we'll give it another crack. Jump in there. See what happens. Seeing Electra again, straight out of the gate. This could be interesting with the Sakaar, depending on it drops. If it doesn't hit Medusa, then I'm happy. We reveal first. There's no real point playing the Electra here. We're just going to leave it. Hopefully, if they do play something, they are playing something. Okay, so if... Yes! That's what I was going to say. If Sakaar takes Electra, then we are gaming. Yes, sweet. Take out the Sunspot early. We've got the Scorpion. Scorpion's a little bit annoying, but it's not a thing but a chicken wing. So, what I was talking about earlier, with Medusa into Ironheart into White Tiger, we're actually going to be able to achieve that here. We're going to go all in on middle with these guys. And hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully we're going to see Odin get picked up. The Cyclops is what it is. We don't really care. We see the Odin, so we're happy. Happy days. We're just going to drop Enchantress over here on the left for turn 4. It doesn't matter. We're not going for the on-reveal ability. We just want the power. Beast taking the Scorpion back, whatever. You can do that. Cyclops, yep. Sure. All goods. We're going to White Tiger. I'm feeling pretty good. This could be a win, but I'm not confident enough in it for a snap. Just because a very good chance we are just going to end up losing middle lane, just because Cyclops is going to do what Cyclops is going to do. Like, they might not even play a card here. They're just going to buff up the Hulk as much as they can. I don't see why they would. They might drop a She-Hulk. They did just put Scorpion back in their hands, so maybe they just play Scorpion just to try to neg me a bit more. Well, White Tiger's going to put 7 power in one of these lanes, and then Odin's going to come out, Medusa's going to buff, we're going to get Ironheart's buffs, and White Tiger's going to drop another one. Yeah, so this is fine. This is feeling pretty good. We're going to drop the Odin here. Now, if White Tiger drops the Tiger in the left, we win. If it goes in the right, if they play Hulk there, we probably lose. Ironheart's only going to hit 2. We're kind of hoping they don't play anything in mid. This is a gamble. It's why I won't snap here. It's very much a gamble, because even if Ironheart hits both of the left, no target for the Rogue. SC Knight. Okay, so we win. We just win here. Nice. Sweet. Happy with that. How good is that? I love that. Going all mid with these cards, it feels pretty good. It just depends on what you get on the left and the right. Like, if I had a well, they would have had Sunspot, so I think we got pretty lucky with the Electra there. Alright, we'll play one more game. That Sakaar Electra drop, that was clutch. But it is important to check who reveals first. The reason I didn't play Electra at all was because I was revealing first, so Electra would have hit nothing. So we don't have a turn 1 play right now. Oh, Rocket Raccoon. I reveal first. Now the difference here when playing Rocket Raccoon is it doesn't matter if you reveal first. You're going to get the buff. They're beautiful. They're playing something. Could be Deadpool. Okay, so we're going to be versing Destroy here. Now, Destroy can be a little bit painful here. We specifically don't want to Electra on that, because he's going to double his power. I mean, you could, because he's probably going to play Carnage here. He's going to play Bucky. So it just makes the Carnage less strong, but, you know. It's not necessarily something we want. We're absolutely gaming right now. The reason I was saying it was a bit of a problem though is a destroy deck's probably going to have Killmonger, which is going to hit our Rocket Raccoon, and we're going to lose 6 power now, which could be very painful. I want to play Moon Knight to try to disrupt them a little bit, but I could hit White Tiger here, and if I hit White Tiger here, we're not in a very strong position. But White Tiger's the only card I don't want to hit. Because right now I could play Moon Knight here. Could just play Enchantress as well. Try to contest there. We will do that. They're snapping. I'll take the snap. I'm not confident enough to snap. Like, if they drop Null in the middle, we could be in a bit of a sticky situation. That's 3 cards, so we're probably going to see Deadpool, Hood, Carnage. Yeah, there's the Carnage. We're on the turn 5 now. Now, obviously, Washington, D.C., the White Tiger dropping its Tigers in here would mean they're 10 power, which would have been better. If we can get our White Tiger to go to left, I'm feeling pretty good. Go left, they went right. Unfortunate. We see the Demon. I don't think they will kill Killmonger here, will they? No, they're not going to kill Killmonger.
All systems go.
We're in a pretty decent position. Once again, we're looking at the fact that, like, Ironheart alone won't win us left, but a White Tiger to the left will. So we are kind of banking on that. I'll play it out and we'll see how it goes. That's only 8. They're going hard left. Okay. We need Ironheart's buffs on here. 2 buffs here. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. If we had gotten Ironheart to give us 2 buffs in the mid, that would have been at least a tie. All 3 buffs in mid, that would have been a win. But that is what it is, and that's probably the biggest issue with the deck, is that it gets kind of difficult when you're really on that RNG. Where is everything going to go? You can't control where Ironheart's going to buff. Whoops, I accidentally removed Ironheart from the deck. You can't control where Ironheart's going to buff, and you can't control where the White Tigers are going to go. But I did want to showcase, and I'm glad I got to, how strong it can be. Do remember, I'm versing tier 3 decks that in infinite rank, which is the highest rank, so you're going to expect people to be playing pretty good decks. We did see Death come out in that last game, which was basically just a free card for them at 12 power. It's pretty hard to contest when you're playing a pool 1 deck and we're not playing strong cards to predict and counter those sort of abilities. Cosmo, that hurts this deck, also hurts that, and there is also, of course, the card Armor, which I'll be able to show you Armor when we look at Spectrum. Cards can't be destroyed. So that last match, you know, if we had certain counters like that, could have been really strong. We were lucky to see the Killmonger didn't hit the Rocket Raccoon, but that was another thing that we had to look out for as well. Overall, though, the deck is strong and you can do pretty well. You're not going to be versing the crazy sort of decks that I was versing. You saw the High Evolutionary deck as well, where they were subtracting power from us. But we did get 1 win with it, which I'm pretty happy with. I wasn't sure if I was going to get any wins playing a pool 1 deck in that sort of rank. I probably wasn't even playing it perfectly. I don't really play on revealed decks as well. So that's another thing to consider, that as you play it more, you're going to get better. You're going to find your own synergies and strategies that you want to perform. I really liked the all-in middle strategy. But there's definitely better ways to play it. As I said as well, Washington, D.C. with the White Tigers, since the White Tigers don't have any power, they actually go to 10, and they're definitely better getting played in the middle. I didn't play to that strength though. I just went all in mid because I was addicted to buffing the Medusa up. Is what it is. You think about how the locations can affect your deck as well as they get revealed. So a better player might have won those games. But that's all from me for this one. While you're building your deck, consider playing some on reveal until you get some of the different cards, different ways to play it. And don't be afraid to Google different pull 1 on reveal decks. I'm sure there's different ways to build it as well. This was just what I put together. You know, I had a look at some different deck lists just to be sure that the cards I was putting in were from pull 1. And I kind of liked how this synergized together. But I did offer some alternatives to put into the deck as well. And there are definitely other cards that you can think about as well. Cards that you might enjoy differently. Maybe you really like Hawkeye. Go ahead and put Hawkeye in. He might not be the best of the best, but it's your deck. Play what you feel comfortable with. I know a lot of people like Quicksilver as well. So Quicksilver is also an option if you want. I probably wouldn't because he doesn't synergize very well, but what I'm trying to say is it's your deck, so play cards that you have fun with. This is just probably one of the stronger ways to look at it when you can get your hands on all these cards. I would definitely consider that as a free slot, the 2 cost. I told you the synergy with that Mr. Sinister, like a 1 cost into a 2 cost with Ironheart. That's the sort of synergy we've got there. And Spider-Woman, Gamora, that's personal preference there. If you prefer Gamora, then go Gamora. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, look, I'll stop blabbering. Have a go of it. Have fun. And I'll see you in the next one. We'll look at one of the other ones you probably saw as well. I've got some other pull 1 decks to look at, so we'll have a look at them as well moving forward. Some of these are going to be a bit more harder to get your hands on. You'll have to level up a bit more, which is why I wanted to show on reveal first. And we'll probably have a look at Spectrum in the next video, and then we'll have a look at Kazoo and Devil Dino. So, all right, hooroo, have fun, and yeah, snap or whatever, you know, something funny there.